record already, and it starts with the sound of our guests slurping. Is this another heated rivalry recap? Nope. Guests slurping. Is this another heated rivalry recap? Nope. Raheel, I think we have a guest amongst us.
I think that's true. I don't believe I've ever
You said
been
at the end of last week, you've never been on a podcast with our cousin, and you said at the end of last week, let's get that bitch on. And so here she is, bitch.
Hello. Happy to be here. It is me, bitch.
If I say bitch, that bitch 3 times, I think I should just pops up.
Like Beetlejuice.
Yeah. That bitch, that bitch, that bitch.
Anyway, it's our cousin Aisha. Aisha famously on one of my most top listened to episodes of all time. It was the Scandival episode. Now, could it have something to do with the fact that it was a Scandival episode? Sure.
Probably. But,
yeah.
I like to take that credit.
Yeah, of course. She's back here to talk with us about the Traitors finale and reunion. Guys, one word, lightning round, to describe your feeling about this finale and the reunion. Reunion, fuck it. The finale.
I was excited by the end. That's like 4 words.
That's so many words.
I was excited by the end. 6 words.
That's correct.
Aisha?
I'll go with sweating. My palms were very sweaty. My palms were sweating. I was rocking back and forth. That's what was going on with me.
I can see that. I said cinematic. It felt so cinematic by the end of it.
Yeah.
It was so good. Let's just jump right in. Yeah, go ahead, Raheel.
I was watching it, in the middle of my workday, because I had not watched it last night or this morning. So I was watching it at like 2:30 p.m. I was just lounging around in my bed. And it was like the phone. I was like lying down because like the fast was getting to me, and it was like almost nap time or whatever. And then some of the things happened, and I turned and I faced the phone. I was like, I was so surprised by what was going on.
Were you just listening to it?
I was kind of like, sometimes when I get really tired, I put the phone next to my pillow, and then I lie face down. And I'm just staring at it with like 1.5 eyes.
But like not really focusing. Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, following along and stuff like that, but not really focusing on what's on the screen. And then some things happen. I was like, oh, wait, I got to get up for this.
Oh, wow. Also, I'm upset that you watch it on your phone.
I had to because, couldn't put it on the TV.
It's not inappropriate. It's not heated rivalry. It's fine.
There's a lot of boobs.
What?
The décolletage, the cleavage.
I was like, what version of Peacock do you have?
I was like, everybody wasn't butt-ass naked for the whole thing you guys were watching.
Isn't that why everyone's so hot for Rob? Because
that's why we watched it.
Yeah, I don't know why you watch it on your phone. You watch a lot of things on your phone, and honestly, it upsets me that you do that.
I try to watch. I will say, usually when I'm watching Traitors, I watch it on the big TV because it is a beautiful show. Like the Scotland and all the greenery and all that stuff is really, really nice. Just today, I wanted to get it in before we recorded this episode. I was kind of on a rush. So,
all right, that's fine.
You were committed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, let's just jump right in. We open up this episode on this open casket murder fire thing. Whatever. There's so many stunts. And And who did you guys think it was going to be before we got the reveal of who it's going to be?
I had a feeling it would be Mark.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would be Mark also. Within that group of faithfuls, Mark was kind of positioning himself as a detective of sorts. Meanwhile, he is the worst fucking detective ever.
Consistently wrong.
Wrong.
Hey, buddy, are you a traitor? No? Okay.
Hey, yeah, he literally went up to Rob and said, "You're not a traitor, right?" "No." Okay, I believe you. You don't think Eric's a traitor, do you? "No, I don't think so." "All right, yeah, that's fine." Mark, yeah, he was dressed as a detective. I do have to say, his hair is amazing. I think that that's some of the best hair I've ever seen on this show. Mark is murdered. I honestly thought it was going to be Mara because I thought perhaps Rab is how Mara says it. Rob. I thought he was going to throw her a bone and be like, maybe I should just get her out of here before I break her heart because whatever. But it turned out to be Mark. He said, I'll see you all in hell. He climbed into that. Would you be comfortable laying in that grave thing and then having the ground around you light on fire? No?
Absolutely not. I was also like, is he in there? Do they do a thing where they cut and then he gets out and then they set it on fire? Like, he's not in there.
I'm sure that's what happens. Yeah, I'm sure that's what happens. Yeah, no,
he's not a hair product.
Yeah, that's true.
One of my biggest feet inside of a coffin. I'm not looking forward to that when that's gonna, when that happens or whatever. No.
Well, we'll try to make sure you're dead when we put you in. So
I appreciate that. Poke me.
Try. No guarantees.
We'll try our best to make sure that when we bury you, that you are fully dead.
Yeah, rub some shellfish on my skin, see if I have a reaction.
What if you have this reaction?
That'd be amazing. What if that's
just
how I get
desecrate his corpse with shellfish?
Oh my god! Yeah. What if we just pour an entire shrimp scampi on you? What if your casket is just a big shrimp scampi and we just put you inside of it?
Well, yeah, no. What if those weird rich people parties where there's naked models or whatever
in a champagne glass?
Yeah, and for my wake, you put shrimp all over my body, and then people just walk around, have a conversation.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they reach in and they eat it. Like it's a snack.
No, exactly.
No. It's like a sushi display.
Oh, we're eating it. Yeah. We're eating off of your corpse. Sure.
All right. Anyway, Mara says she doesn't understand how the hell she's still in this game. And I said, to be fair, I'm not sure either. The next morning, she shows, I think it's Mara that comes first. Is it Mara that comes first? Or no, it's Eric that comes first.
Eric, yeah.
Eric comes first. Then it's Mara. Mara still thinks that Tara's a faithful. And she has a little bit of doubt about Rob. Mm-hmm. And everybody is just having breakfast. It has to be so awkward when it's just 5 people left. That's so weird to just look at each other's faces. I don't like playing Mafia when it's down to 3 people. It makes me very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
No, but at least they're not fighting over the salmon.
Finally enough salmon for everybody to enjoy a little bit. Mm-hmm. Whatever. There's a lot of whispering. People obviously are, I think Johnny and Tara are pretty much on the same page. They finally believe that they're fairly certain it's Rob and Eric, and their mission is to try to get Mara on their side. This final mission, would you have been in the helicopter or the boat?
Helicopter.
Both of you at the same time. A helicopter.
Yep.
Well, you would have been in the boat, Aisha?
Yeah, I don't well, I also have seen other seasons, and I know that if you're flying, there's a chance you might have to swing or jump or something in the air that I'm just not interested in doing.
Yeah, I once again was not really paying attention to the rules. I was like, whatever, let's see how much money these people can win. Anyway, they do the whole thing. Rob and Mara are in the helicopter being just 2 beautiful humans. And then Eric, Tara, and Johnny are in the boat. They get to the thing. They do the whole thing. And then Alan says, oh, to double your prize, you can jump out of the plane or the helicopter and swim and put this card here and da-da-da-da-da. Rob, you son of a bitch.
It was they set it up perfectly for him.
It's hey, let's just do this crazy mission. Let's just get him wet.
Yeah, and also let's just make him an action star because that's the only thing that's been missing.
And you know what? Maybe we get to see a little toe.
Yeah, let's put his feet on Maine for free. But also I feel the time, the clock, I was like, that's fake. That's fake. They just stopped the clock the whole time. They're like, whatever, let's just get Rob wet. He jumped right into that water. He went whoop, He did like a dupki. Like he really just like became a straight arrow and jumped right in. Raheel, would you think you'd be able to do that?
To jump out of a helicopter, I would love to do that. That looked like so much fun. Here's the thing. Something that I share with your husband secretly is any situation that we walk into, we're planning an action scene in our minds. Like anytime he walks into like a big space, he is looking at the exits. He's looking at where he can swing from. If I'm in a helicopter and that situation is presented to me, 100% of the times I am going to be jumping out of it. For sure.
Does your husband do that? Does he plan out action sequences in his mind?
No, he plans SNL skits in his mind.
Oh, wait, that's so fun.
He's like, you know what? This would be so funny. It would become a comedy sequence. It would not be an action sequence. I can ask him, but it's unlikely.
That's nice. I always see these like reels of like these women being like, I'm so relaxed around my husband because I know that he's always paying attention to like my surroundings, so I don't have to pay attention to surroundings. And I'm like, no, I think my husband is only paying attention to like where he can swing out of, and I'm not involved in the swinging.
No.
He's like, he's like, you can't do a single push up or a pull up. Too bad. You're not getting swung out of anything.
No. He's trying to save you. That's the
dream.
Yeah,
I'm not involved.
He's gonna push you behind something.
No, but push me behind something. He's gonna push me out of the way. And they're really trying hard to make sure, Johnny and Tara are trying really hard to make sure that Mara can be on their side. And Mara, did you feel convinced by her that she was going to potentially vote out Eric when she was talking to Tara? What do you think, Aisha?
I did. Yeah, I was. And I don't know if it's the editing where they like stitched the like her side by sides in such a way where I'm like, oh, she's definitely going to vote for Eric, and she might actually even turn on Rob. Like she might be starting to put the pieces together. But then the helicopter scene happened, and I was like, we've lost her. It's over.
Yeah.
She's not coming back.
She's like, you're so brave, Rob. And I was like, it's done. She'll never turn on that man.
No, imagine being in a helicopter with that man, and then he's like, yeah, no problem. I'll just
he had his arm around her.
Yeah.
He's flirting with her. I was like, is this a rom-com? What's happening? But I was like, we've lost Mora. I've lost all hope in that moment that I was like, she'll turn on Eric. She won't turn on Rob.
Yeah. I will jump out of this helicopter for you and win you $20,000. Yeah, no, right. There's no chance. There's no chance that she's coming back from that.
Yeah. And also just like, can you imagine how smitten you'd be if like that man with snake tattoos was like hanging out with you the whole time, and then you watched him jump out of a helicopter and just, ooh, rawr. And then feet.
And then toes. So really sealed the deal.
I am wondering about that editing thing that Aisha said, because that's what I thought also, because that's what they want you to think, that she is thinking about it or whatever. But like the way that it all played out, I don't think she, like for 1 second, she was thinking Rob.
She wasn't tanking. She wasn't tanking.
She wasn't thinking about that.
No, not a single tot. The first banishment happens, and sweet Johnny Weir is banished. And I mean, we saw that coming. I was like, okay, we knew that's going to happen. I just think it's so funny because this banishment and then the fire pit thing all happened probably within like an hour of each other. So Johnny just like gets to like skedaddle out of he like scurries out. He's like, okay, I'll see you in like 20 minutes, I guess.
I loved the way he scampered off.
He was
scary.
He was skipping. It was great.
With his extra wide leg pants. He was so cute.
I enjoyed Johnny getting the boot there, only because of what he and Tara did the last episode to Natalie. You know what I mean? Like they both came in. Natalie thought that she had a partner. Tara thought that she had a partner this time, and then nope.
No.
And now it's just the four of them, and sweet Maura Higgins is in the kitchen with Rob, and she's like, "It's us. Like that's it. We're done. It's gonna happen. We're done. Like it's me and you at the end." And they leave out of the kitchen, and this motherfucker's holding his fucking hand. Oh, and then of course they pinky promise. Yeah. He's like, listen, just promise me that you're gonna help me get Tara out. And then she's like, okay, but you have to help me get Eric out. And then it's me and you at the end. pinky promise? And he's like, yes. And he hugs her and he lifts
her
her off her feet. And then they walk out of the kitchen holding hands. And they weren't holding hands like this. They were fingers interlocked. Intertwined fingers. You fucking snake.
I liked, Mora was wearing her hat because she wears hats or whatever. I like when she went into when they had the round table, she turned it around because she turned into like the detective. Like she looked like Samuel L. Jackson in the 90s. When he was...
She's like, oh, I mean business.
But this is why I thought, I was like, she's taking this so seriously. She does not want her vision obscured. She's gonna go in. She's taking Eric out. Mora's finally so many episodes in checking into this game for the first time. But
alas. Then we head over to the Fire of Truth, and everybody's dressed to the nines, especially Alan. He brings out his finale bedazzled Snuggie, and his hair. So people keep saying he looks like Weird Barbie.
100%.
He looked like he looked and dressed like a toddler in that finale outfit. It was so crazy. But everybody's dressed up. Tara's looking good. Eric's looking good. They're getting their like finale interviews and stuff. And fucking Rob shows up in his goddamn overalls and tank top again.
He said, if I'm going to win, I'm going to be me.
And you know what?
Nobody's complaining.
Nobody's complaining. No one's complaining. And then I was like, did he put on like a bedazzled tank top? Like I couldn't tell because it didn't look like a regular tank top underneath his overalls. But I do think it was not a regular. It wasn't bedazzled, but it was like a chic one. Like it had it was
like silk.
No, it was like perforated. It was like like crochet or something like
Fancy.
that. Yeah. Mara says she wants to make her mammy proud, and Rob is like, I want to have a house with a farm and a wife. I was like, okay, good. I get it. We love you. Stop.
You hurt my ovaries. Just take it.
Like, weird way to propose, but yes.
Fine.
Oh God. Eric is like, maybe the nice guy at the end can win. I was like, Eric, you're a traitor. Shut up. That's not how that works. Tara wants to win this for Johnny. And they all go around to figure out if they're going to end the game. They don't want to end the game. And basically everybody but Tara votes for Tara. And I was like, Mara, please, Mara, what are you doing? And from this point forward in the show, I was like, oh my God, you stupid bitch. And I was like butthole clenched this whole time from this point forward. I was so sad for her.
It was just so...
Yeah.
It was so crazy that all the big decisions of the finale essentially came down to her. And I think it's telling because like earlier, I think at breakfast, Rob was like, I'm playing a chess game and Mora is my queen. And he knew that she was going to be in this moment the person that either won or lost the game for him.
Oh, the second she voted out Johnny, I was like, oh,
it was over.
Like, there's no way. I mean, I don't think it would make I don't think they'd be able to pull it off anyways.
Yeah.
I thought for a second maybe Rob was gonna vote for Eric, and if she got Tara to go for it, or Tara got her to go for Eric also. But really, I think the second that she voted out Johnny, it was over. It was a wrap.
Yeah, exactly. So they keep going after Tara is voted out. They vote to keep going. Eric says he does not want to keep going. And Rob says he wants to keep going. And then there's this, again, I don't know if it was editing, but Mara starts to notice faces that Eric and Rob are making at each other before they figure out whether or not they want to keep going. And I, in that moment, thought, oh no, they're both going to like fuck Mara over right now. Like it's going to happen right now. And I got so scared. And I got worried because Mara, even in like the confessionals and stuff, was like, could it be Rob? I don't know. Could it be my brain? What did she say? She said, I think my brain can't handle this.
Yeah. She was like, I can't do this anymore. And I was like, your brain has been doing very little for this entire season.
All that brain under all that hair and hat. Like, please. Please,
I think it
Mara.
was like tightening like she was losing blood circulation. Farouk, my husband, was saying that he thought that Rob was sitting under there pulling the strings like a ratatouille
Ratatouille.
situation.
Yes, exactly.
The
Yeah, go ahead.
the disappointment on Eric's face when he
Mhm.
realizes what's happening. Oh, poor
Now-
bastard.
Now there's another dumb bitch. Like, you're like, Eric, come
Yeah.
on. He literally said the night that he met you face to face to recruit you into being a traitor, he said, "Hey, I'm the traitor hunter." What did you think was going to happen, my guy? Like, you knew this was going to happen. And I love Rob because he said, I had a pinky promise. I pinky promised somebody. I was like, God, shut up, Rob. And Eric tells Mara, like, you're incredibly wrong. Think about why you've never questioned why any other player in this game. And again, I think in that moment when she voted out Eric, I think that's when suddenly in her head she thought maybe it could be something. But I think again she just looked over at that cutie patootie in overalls and she was like, "No,
Yeah.
not Rob. Eric, you don't know him. I know him. It's fine." And this is where I wrote down, this is cinema, because I was like, oh my God. So they vote again. Obviously, Eric is banished. He's sad. He's like talking about morals. I'm like, shut up, Eric.
Mhm.
That's not the point of this game. Get out of here. And then it's Mara and Rob at the end. I was like, oh my God, this is so intense. Alan asks them to reveal the truth. And Mara says when she tried to pull a fast one on Rob, she was like, sorry. And then Rob is like, oh, you're not. And it was like, no, this is so painful. It was so painful.
He had an initial moment where he was like, wait, did I just get shafted somehow that I don't know? Because he looked initially kind of shocked by her fake out.
Yeah.
I think that's just Rob being Rob. I think that in that moment, I gained so much respect for Rob because he knew exactly what was about to go down. I have a question for you guys about the Eric and Rob thing. When do you think Rob decided to get rid of Eric? Do you think that was his thing all the way through, like the night coming into it? Or do you think that he picked up on what Mora was telling him also, and he was like, well, hey, wait a second. I don't have to split this money anymore. I can just get rid of Eric.
I think that if Rob had any intention to split the money with anybody else, he would have picked a smarter traitor. Like, there's no reason why he couldn't have done Kristen. He chose Eric because he kept Mara and Eric around, two people who kind of didn't know what the fuck was going on the whole time.
Yeah, and two people he could completely control.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of chatter online about, I think it was Candace or someone that said, they need to go to faithful school and everyone in this cast is just stupid. But if you look at who ends up left at the very end, the final 5, it is Rob and the 4 most like clueless people that played this game. And I think that's by design. And so I think every single decision he made in this game was super intentional, including picking Eric, who he knew would be super naive, easy to manipulate, and then he could just dispose of him at the end when the time was right.
Yeah, exactly. I think like that people, there's a lot of chatter about like, oh, was Rob actually a good traitor, or is he just like handsome and we're just falling for like a handsome white guy? And I was like, no, but both. Yeah. Like, I think both are true. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Every single person that was smart, he either killed them or he got them banished for a reason, so that you had the dumbest dummies at the end being like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, and that's basically what this was. This ending was just so intense. Mara is flabbergasted when Rob tells her. And I love the way that the show is shot because it's just silence. It's just silence. Like, there's nothing else. It's just Mora's face. And she said in the reunion later, I was waiting for him to say just kidding. And it never came. Oh.
It was actually pretty heartbreaking to watch. Like, you watch her in real time, her eyes fill up with tears. Like, she's in absolute shock. She did not see it coming in the slightest.
Alan was like standing in between them because I don't think he even knew what was about to happen. He was so worried.
And he's such a good actor because if I was hosting the show, I would be freaking the fuck out. I would have no chill. I'd be like, oh my God, Mara, can you believe it? And I'm so bad at remembering what the rules are to games that if in that moment Mara pretended to be a traitor, I'd be like, oh my God, you are? Like, I would have no idea. I love Mara because she says, you pinky promised. Oh, Mara.
Silly. And then she said, I'm a fool. And I said, you said it, not me, girly.
She said, you're never going to have a girlfriend after this. You are such a good liar. Do you think that it matters when men look like Rob?
I think the entire show just proved that it does not matter at all.
No.
Yeah, the whole time for the whole episode, she's talking about I've always been cheated on, I've always been betrayed, and I'm like, and yet here you are doing the same, falling for the same bullshit because this man put his arm around you and said, "I'll give you something hot." Come on, Mara. I wanted so bad. Like I was rooting so hard, even though Rob's played a great game and totally earned it. I was rooting so hard for like Tara and Mara to like turn on him at the end. Or like Eric and Mara to turn. Like I just thought it would be such a funny upset if like after all this gameplay, like Eric walks away with all the money.
I know.
But yeah, she got bamboozled.
She did. Rob says, people just see me as a hot, dumb person.
I like that he threw in hot.
It actually said people see me as a dumb hot person. And I was like, I would love to be seen in the world as a dumb hot person. I think like if I was to die and come back on Earth, I would like to be that. Because it sucks to be a smart, mediocre looking person. It's depressing. You can't confuse anybody. People are just annoyed by you. Even when you're right, they're like, shut up.
I'm annoyed by me.
You're like, I'm not even hot enough to convince myself.
You're like, yeah, I was right, but I have to live with this stupid fucking face.
Exactly. There's fireworks at the end, but I think the biggest surprise for me was that Alan's Snuggie lit up like a Christmas tree at the end. Did you guys see that?
I did not notice that.
Oh
well, it's because you were lying down next to your phone.
you were watching on a 2x4 or whatever.
These are the details you miss when you're not watching it on the television.
Like a grown-up. Anyway, ready? Any other thoughts before we talk about the reunion? Okay.
No, I think Rob earned this win. Like when I think about it, I look back and I'm like, he, for better or worse, and towards the end, just because I wanted some upset, I was rooting for Mara to like figure it out. But he earned that. He jumped into the water. He manipulated everybody around him. He wasn't. I don't think I've ever seen a Traitor season. I'm saying I watched 2 Traitor seasons. I don't think I've seen. I mean, the fact that he wasn't under suspicion until the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like no one even, he didn't cross anyone's mind. Even like Kristen, people that were pretty sharp, like couldn't believe it would have been Rob. And so as much as it's like, oh, this was such a predictable win, he totally earned it.
100%. Ugh,
yeah.
God.
I like how Mora and Tara were like, well, we made it to the final 5 or whatever. Like, well, we must be good at something. It's like, you didn't do anything.
That's what I think is so funny. That's so funny. Like in Maura Higgins' Instagram, it says like Traitors season 4 runner up. And I was like, baby, runner up.
You lost.
That's a loser. You lost. You're like murdered at Traitors. Like it's not. That's not a thing.
She kept asking, "Why the hell am I in this game?" And I'm like, "It's because you're not picking up on things, and that's great for a traitor. You're being kept around because you're clueless. It's not a flex. I don't understand.
No, not a single tink to be taught." Because she's so funny. I love her though. God, what a beautiful woman. Insanely gorgeous.
I was, when she said every relationship I've been in, I've been cheated on. I was like, oh, who cheats on Mora? She's so beautiful. But then I go, I wonder how soon, like, I think we should go for brunch gets old. Just hearing that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think brunch ever gets old. I don't think I'd ever get sick of hearing the tinks and the tots.
You don't think so?
No, it's so cute.
Dis and the dat. I love it.
The dis and the dat.
We get a lot. The tinks and the tots get a lot of recognition, but not the dis and the dat.
No, people always forget about the this and the that.
No,
I
it's
agree.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I didn't think about this. What's happening?
I love it so much.
I also like the second T in Traitors never shows up.
Traitors?
Traitors.
Traitors? Yeah. I couldn't be. I don't. What did she say? She's like, Rob couldn't be a traitor, I think. I think. I love her. Anyway, reunion time. Aisha, you've watched Vanderpump Rules reunion, obviously.
Yes, I have.
So you are familiar with Andy Cohen's nonsense. Andy opened up the reunion in Rob's overalls, and he didn't look bad. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I wasn't into it.
Jacked, dude.
Yeah, nice shoulders.
Okay, all right, Andy. Anyway, first up at the reunion, it's Rob and the Traitors, Lisa, Candace, Donna, and Eric. And I'll be honest, I forgot that Donna Kelsey was part of the show.
Sure did.
Oh my God.
I was like, whose mom wandered onto the set? Who's this lady?
Somebody get their mom backstage. She's not supposed to be here.
Yikes.
In her like Sally Jesse Raphael eyeglasses that she wears all the time. I was like, okay. I forgot that she was there. Now, what did you think about this Candace versus Rob spat? I have my own feelings about it, but I'd love to hear from non-Housewives watchers what they thought about this. Raheel, the floor is yours.
You know what? I know this may be problematic that I am siding with the attractive white man in this scenario or whatever.
Wouldn't be your first time, but all right.
I get Rob's point of view. Like, so Candace's point was like, oh, we have to be traitors and we have to stick together. But I think when Lisa Rinna, when she was near the end, you have to abandon the ship. Like, you have to let go of Lisa at that point. And I think what Candace's point was, she was saying that he came in with a plan, right?
Yeah.
That could be true. I don't know if that was actually true. His defense was like, no, I was planning on sticking around with the Traitors until the end, but then I had to play the game.
Yeah.
And I bought it. I'm sorry, I did.
The thing is, if that were true, he could have won with Eric, right? And I totally get, like, you don't want to give $100K to a stranger, basically. Yeah. But then it's like he wouldn't have given that to Candace or Lisa either. So
yeah.
I think, like, Candace's, like, betrayal and, like, oh, you, like, lied to me and all of that. It's like, yeah, well, that's kind of the game. That's like, I don't think that's valid. But I think that she was right to say, I would respect you more if you just owned that you came in for you and just like, and didn't try to like avoid that like piece of it. Is like, you came in for you and you were hoping to walk away the sole winner of this thing. And that's okay. That's kind of the game.
I do agree. I do agree. Like, it is valid for her to say that for sure. I think if I'm Rob and I'm looking at Eric, and yeah, I can use him until I get to the end, but like, also he wasn't there the entire time. There is something to be said about a traitor, like him having to survive as a traitor the entire time, right?
Sure.
Like, he had the harder job or whatever. I don't know if at the end he would have done the same thing with Candace and Lisa, although he voted both of them out. So, I think this is just my horny speaking more so than anything else. But I feel like people, I feel like he, and this may just be how he justified it to himself. He was just like, hey, I'm on a game show. Like, this is a game. I'm here to win money. The whole point of this game is I have to be deceitful, right? So within the context of the game, it's okay for me to be deceitful.
Yeah. I mean, look, I just think that if Rob he's trying to play up the whole, like, I'm just a nice guy who's playing a game thing, right? Yeah. And I just wish that he would be like, no, I was really excited to be a traitor. And as soon as I became a traitor, I was like, I'm going to take this all the way to the end. And I'm going to try to do this alone. And I think, like, Candace, I love Candace so much, but Candace's biggest fault is that she's like loyal to like she's like me and Aisha, actually, in a lot of ways, loyal to a fault.
Loyal to your death.
loyal to our death, like rabid dogs. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not saying Candace is a dog. I'm saying me and Aisha are dogs. Bow bow.
Mhm.
Bow
We are
wow.
loyal like dogs. We we get a bone, we are not getting off of it. Okay. That's it. And so I understand Candace because she's like, no, I thought that we're in a team together and it's gonna be traitors till the end, not like traitor till the end, you know? And like I think that I think Candace wants what I understood from her is that she just wants Rob to be like, no, okay, I'm the villain. Like, that's fine. I
Mhm.
don't try to be. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm just a nice guy. Like I'm just like a nice guy who like no, you weren't a nice guy. You were ruthless, and that's great. That's amazing gameplay. And at the end, I do appreciate Candace like giving him his flowers and being like, no, you deserved it. You played an amazing game. But I do worry sometimes about my candy gal. She gets a little too hyped and I'm like, you got to
Mhm.
cool it. That being said, in that clip from when she was on the podcast with Bob the Drag Queen and she said, you want to play reindeer games? Well, I'm fucking Rudolph, bitch.
I loved it.
I was like, that's so good. That's the Candace that I love.
I logged that one away. I said, I don't know when I'll get the opportunity to use that, but maybe someday.
I don't even know what playing reindeer games means, but I will find a reason to use that phrase. It's so good.
Yeah, Christmas break with your in-laws.
I did love, and I don't know if you guys noticed it, but Rob in his tank top underneath his jacket had a little pin, and the pin was Lisa Rinna. It was a cartoon pin of Lisa Rinna on his t-shirt.
Was wondering that, but I'm blind, so I paused and I said, I can't figure it out. I don't know what this is, but look, it feels like it's Lisa, and I can't explain why. Why Lisa? Why not Lisa and Candace?
But you know what? Because I think that he knows the one he has more in with right now. Like he's like, I'm not going to get through with Candace right now, so I'm just going to try it with Lisa. And that's all Rob needs to do. Like if Rob had worn a Candace pin, he needs to understand that Candace would have been like, all right, Rob, get out of here. Like, come over here, you stupid, beautiful bastard. But like with Lisa, I think he knows like he can get Lisa on his side.
And I think, as I'm thinking about this in real time, that point about Candace being upset about him having his cake and eating it too or whatever, that is valid to be angry about, right? I think that's ultimately what her problem with this is. Hey, yes, you won. And when they were talking about why they think that he won, she said it was a mix of luck, but also the fact that he played the game well. And I think when you say luck, it is also the fact that he is this guy that everybody's fawning over, right? In the castle. So it is right to be annoyed by that for sure. But hey, that's the world.
That's the world, baby.
It's all a popularity contest.
It is. And if you're white and a man, it turns out better for you. And
it's if you're white and a man and you look like that.
He is so good looking. Can we just talk about his lips for a second? Because I couldn't figure out if he has lip filler because the way that his mouth pouts, he looks like he's had like just like a touch, like maybe like a quarter of a syringe of something. But then I was like, but I don't think he has. I think that's just the way his mouth is shaped.
No, I think there's a touch in there.
Right? Like
and like a little tan, like he got a tan.
Yeah, like he's got to be doing something because that mouth is too hydrated and pouty to be like living out on the creek or whatever it is that he does.
I think it's just snake bites. He's just kissed too many snakes. It's just a venom.
That's it. You've solved it.
It's so stupid.
Though, when he smiles, like all of his hotness goes away for me. I don't know what it is.
Ooh. Oh, interesting.
There's something about his face. Otherwise, if he's doing the smoldering, I'm like, I get it. I see it. When he corrected the grammar, I was like, that's it. I'm sold.
Yeah.
For some reason, when he smiles, he just looks like a little baby to me.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
but I'm
like
into that.
I know.
It's a problem. It's a problem. He does. He also has the face. I think that if he was a woman, he would be a beautiful woman.
Totally.
You know what I mean? I think that also helps. Anyway. Next on stage is Mara, and she says, they're like, oh, the queen of whatever, or Rob's queen or whatever. And she says, queen or dumb. And I was like, Mara, no. And here's the thing. Was I, when I was watching the finale, saying to myself, Mora, you stupid bitch. But then at the end, when she's like, I'm so stupid, I'm a fool, I'm dumb, I was like, no, I don't want you to talk about yourself that way, Mora. You're perfect and beautiful. You have a big brain under that hair.
And
You
that-
could tell she was so I had the same, like my notes literally said fucking Mora in all caps. I was so mad.
Mhm.
And then she comes into this reunion, like tail between her legs. She's so embarrassed. Like I think she's genuinely, especially to watch it back. And I think like Eric mentioned, like, you know, when you're faithful, like you're flying blind. You don't have like, it's not like the challenges really give you any clues. And so you're literally just going off of vibes and social interactions. And so I just think that she feels very silly and stupid, but and it must have been so embarrassing to watch back with all the cuts, like seeing all the context and being like, wow, I just missed everything.
Oh man.
And
then Candace says, perhaps this is a lesson in discernment. And I'm like, Mora does not know what discernment means. You see her eyes, just not a tot behind them. Like she has no idea what it means.
She was like, come again.
So sad to watch.
She's like, what did you say about disearn? Who's earn?
I don't know if it's editing, but they cut to her looking super confused. She didn't know what that meant.
I will say the same way that people get, you know, that a handsome white man like Rob can make it in the world. You know, let's say I'm not gonna call her foolish. She was calling herself foolish. But when a beautiful white woman comes into the room and says, "Oh, I'm so dumb," that is a nice way to win sympathy for yourself. Because in a second, I was just like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry for you, Mora." You know what I mean? But like you guys said, when I was watching, I was like, "Oh, you're a dummy."
Yeah. Do you think, for a second, let me talk about that for a minute. Do you think that if Aisha and I like started walking into rooms acting like really stupid, it would help
like a
us
baby?
out? Yeah, like a dumb baby.
No, because we don't have her face and full beat and kooky hats.
Yeah.
I know, but like I'm like, can I turn that off now? Can I just be like, I don't know. Like, can I just walk into a situation and be like, I have no idea what's going on,
I
guys.
need help.
I need help.
Weaponized incompetence, it's a thing.
I don't know how. Well, you did that for a little bit as in your youth.
I do it all the time, even now. I have yet to learn how to make chai. And I'm sure I could figure it out. I cook all kinds of shit, but I'm like, you know, the minute I learn how to do that, that's going to become my problem. And no siree.
I used to be on chai. Yeah, I was on chai duty, and then it never got given to Aisha because they were just like, Aisha makes bad chai.
I said,
like,
I'm just a baby. I don't know how to make chai.
Yeah. It's like that 30 Rock episode. I'm just
sexy
a
baby.
baby. I'm just a sexy baby.
Do you think that Rob and Mora should date?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, they make a hot couple for sure, right?
Yeah. I
But
like
I
that
think-
Mara straight up was like, I'm not into Rob at all. And Rob was like, well, you were flirting with me. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you, Rob. How dare you?
Doesn't he also live in like a trailer in the woods?
Nobody knows where he lives.
No, I saw a house tour.
Is it a trailer
swear-
in the woods?
It was a trailer in the woods. It was just like a little, and he was like, people ask me where the bathroom is, and then he opens a door and it's the outside. I don't know if that wasn't true, but I can't imagine Mara going in. Where are her hats gonna go? First of all, second of all, she's doing a full beat, you guys. There's where's her makeup's not gonna survive in this trailer.
Yeah.
Also, like the power dynamics in that couple are completely fucked. She has no say. There's no way that she's ever gonna say no to him.
And I don't know, because I feel like if you were to end up dating a really hot guy and then he's like, let's go back to my place, and then my place is a trailer in the woods, and then she's like, can I go somewhere to freshen up, and he just opens up the door and it's outside. I feel like in that moment suddenly dumb sexy baby turns into like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I feel like suddenly you get your power back when a hot man makes you shit in the woods, you know?
Maybe.
It's usually how it happens, I guess. The first time somebody tells you to shit in the woods, you go, hey, wait a second.
Hey,
I have the control
Hey,
here.
wait a second. I have to shit in the woods. He may not have a 401k.
Oh my God. Also, you know that he lives somewhere like really cheap because he was gonna like buy farmland with $200,000. I was like, where in what America? Like, where do you live that you're gonna buy that piece of land? So
He was going to retire on that. He said, I'm going to go live a small life. And I said, in what economy? I don't. But again, he's he's not paying for plumbing, guys.
yeah, the plumbing is outside. The plumbing is in the woods. Oh God. Rob does say that he has a girlfriend, and then Andy's like, do you think that there's a chance with Mara and Rob, whatever? And she says, let's start with you buying me a Birkin, and then we'll see about that. And I love that he was like, yeah, you got it, I'm gonna buy you a Birkin. I was like, he's not getting you a Birkin.
He's not getting her that Birkin.
No, they're in New York filming that reunion. He's going to Canal Street and picking up something, sticking it in a bag, and being like, here you go, Mara.
And she'll believe it.
100%. And I love because there had like the rest of the cast was in like the back room, and Portia Williams goes, buy her a Birkin, he can't even buy a shirt. I love this. And then we have like a bunch of other people joining, like from Milan, Johnny and Tara zoomed in, and I honestly don't remember anything that they said. Mostly because even when they were talking, all we were hearing from Mara was like, I'm sorry for letting you down, I'm so dumb. Like that's all it was. And then a whole bunch of other people came on stage, like Colton, Dorinda, Jam, Kristen, Natalie, and Mark. And this is where we find out that Candace says that Colton said that Rob said that Candace was a traitor. And then Colton didn't really I don't think that Rob didn't tell him that. Like, based on what it felt to me like Colton was trying to have his boys back, but it was very obvious that Rob did say something to Colton, and Colton was telling Rob that he said it, and Rob was like, I don't remember saying that. And Colton was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe you did. And I was like, oh, so he did say it. But I think the thing that Candace is trying to get at is that there was some cheating going on, and that Colton knew that Candace was a traitor, and Rob was a traitor, and that he was willing to sacrifice himself because everybody wants to drink Rob's bathwater.
I think that's what she was intimating. But I wonder about that with like the producers and stuff, because Rob was like, hey, they have very strict rules about that, because that messes up the game, right? Because then you're essentially cutting a deal outside it. I think what it probably was, when they're lobbying names or back and forth, maybe Rob said Candace, or maybe Colton said Candace, but I would think that Rob just agreed with it at the very least, right? Yeah. Which is fucked up as a traitor, because I don't think she was really on anybody's radar when he would have said that. That's the reason why Candace is upset, rightfully.
Yeah, exactly. And now this is the part where Lisa says something like, what did you mean when you said you wanted to take me hostage, Colton?
That was awkward. Ooh.
I wanted to die. I was like, oh my God. The entire room was like, what's happening? I was gagged. I was gooped and gagged. Aisha, do you know the backstory of why they would say that, about why Lisa would ask Colton why he says something like that?
Is it because of his history in stalking?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And then Colton said, well, I mean, Lisa, why would you say you wanted to slit my throat? And I wish Lisa had been like, well, Colton, I can say that because I've never been accused of murdering a person. Colton, And then, like, there was a lot of room for Colton to, like, talk about himself. And, like, I get it. Like, people are talking about the last time I was on TV, and it was, like, a really dark time for me. Sir, you stalked a woman. You put a tracking device in her car. Like, no, I get it that you were like going through something, but you did weird shit. And so it makes sense that people would go, why did you say hostage? And I love when Lisa asked, because this is where like housewifery comes in. Because she said, what did you mean by hostage? And Candace and her both kind of like crossed their legs and put their hands under their chin like, pray tell, what was that about? Choice words. Now,
you think they planned that?
I think that she knew that Lisa was gonna say that, and I think that Candace
Mhm.
was like, "Oh, I'm ready to turn on the housewifery." Raheel,
Mhm.
you said, "I can't wait to defend Colton against use monsters," as in me and Aisha. No, go
I
ahead.
I was actually as I was
Pray
watching
tell, like me and Aisha, or Lisa and Candace. Yeah,
as I
tell
was
us.
watching that, I was also googling Colton just to see what, and I saw a news story that said that when he joined the show, right, like when he talked to the producers or whatever, he's like, "Hey, I'll join the show. It sounds like a fun time. I would rather not my personal stuff come up, right? Like none of the
Mhm.
nothing related to the Bachelor come up for me because it was whatever an awkward time." Now, do I believe Colton? No, I mean, it's having him on the show is problematic in a sense, right? Like this
Yeah.
is somebody with a history of stalking. His performance on the show is also fucked up. Like the one person that did not get the recognition that she needed in terms of how she was wrong was Tiffany. Like what
Yep.
Colton did to Tiffany was fucked up, right?
Yep.
The only defense that I would have for Colton there was, hey, you fucking invited him on the show,
Yeah.
knowing his background as a producers or whatever, right? So when he gets caught off guard by it, when he's like, hey, I have to defend myself against these things, when I only came into this arena based off of assurances that that shit was behind me, right? I can kind of see that. Do I 100% believe him? No. I think the rules of engagement when it comes to housewives is different than rules of
Yeah.
engagement for other reality TV stuff, right? I think housewives you know, that's just the way that they operate. Like your real life and whatever happens in social media or whatever becomes a part of the story.
Yep.
I don't think it's the same for other reality TV people, but I would say, hey, if that's something that should be kind of, if that's fair game, then maybe you don't even have fucking Colton on, right? Like you shouldn't
Yeah.
have somebody like Michael Rappaport on because he's a piece of shit,
Please.
also, right? So that is my defense of Colton, which is you brought this problematic person on the show, you knew his history, you told him that it wouldn't be part of the thing, and now it is. So of course he feels a certain way about it.
Yeah, I think that that's fair. At the same time, fuck off, Colton.
But
I don't
also
think
at the same time, like, you did stalk somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was 6 years ago, but
Yeah, and like also him being like, I didn't want any of my stuff from The Bachelor to come up, when like immediately when he like on the first episode was like, yeah, I was on The Bachelor and now I'm gay. Like
Mhm.
like all that stuff. Like he was basically trying to do what Gabby did last season, which is like, yeah, I used to be on Bachelor and now I'm a lesbian. And I think like he was trying to kind of do that similar thing. So like you can't say like, I don't want anybody to talk about my past, but then you come and
Mhm.
introduce yourself as that, you know? Um
Yeah,
I
and I
was like,
think.
yeah,
Sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
The thing that the reason his like not a redemption arc, but like the reason that moment didn't hit for me is
Mhm.
because even in that moment where he could have just
Yeah.
acknowledged it, he took no accountability. He made it
Mhm.
about himself. He was like, I had such
And
a
his
hard time. I was
family.
like, you had a hard time. What about the woman that you terrorized? How about I did things that I wasn't proud of? Like I think even if he had kind of acknowledged
Yeah.
that there was wrongdoing in his past, I could have maybe been like, fine, years have gone by. Maybe the dude's gone to therapy. I don't know. But he made it all about his own feelings. And I said, fuck this guy. He said, I had a hard time. I was
Because
sad.
you're right. You both are right. I do get it. Yes. I think the fault
End
is
of
in the producer.
conversation. No, it is the fault of the producer. Now, I do have
Yeah.
to say, so this comes out in the reunion that, Lisa Rinna did this thing where like, why did you say hostage? So it's like this tense moment. But then 2 days ago, I don't know if you guys saw it in the news, but in the news, something leaked, and now Lisa Rinna's like, I don't know who leaked it. And I'm like, well, as soon as you say that, Lisa Rinna, I think you leaked it. But something leaked that said that at the Traitors premiere party, Lisa Rinna was roofied and Colton saved her life.
What?
Raheel.
Sorry? I knew about the roofing. I didn't know that Colton had saved her.
Who's
So the-
roofing Lisa Rinna?
Apparently she had like fentanyl in her system. She like
What?
and it was at the Traitors premiere party, and she's the story that came out was that she was drugged and that Colton Underwood noticed that something was wrong, and then he told people like Lisa's not acting like herself, and he got her out of there. But then Lisa is like, I don't know who leaked that information. That wasn't really supposed to come out. I was really sick, but my team is trying to get on top of it. So then I thought to myself, like, look, Colton, did you drug Lisa Rinna and then
My
save
exact
her
thought.
life? Because here's the thing, maybe I'm a sicko and I hate men, and that's just where my mind goes. But also, men are sickos and I hate them. So like I think that like I'm not saying Colton drugged her. I'm not saying that he did.
But she's not saying it.
But I'm not saying it. And I'm not saying that he drugged her and then he saved her and then he leaked the story to be like, nobody get mad at me about the hostage comment, because like, remember that time they saved Lisa Rinna's life.
Also, if somebody maybe, who would know the symptoms of roofing better than somebody that's been accused of stalking? You know what I mean? Just again, we don't know. We don't know what we don't know.
How do you, I don't know what it looks like when somebody's
a little
roofie.
sus. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I watch us all get a cease and desist.
Yeah.
All of us. Poor Aisha. It's the first time we've been on since Scandival, like 3 years ago, and now
I'm new here.
And hey, by the way, it's almost the 3rd year anniversary of that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys in 3 years.
Exactly. I did love this moment where they were talking about the banquet kiss, and Jam Jam kept insisting that he was actually kissed, and the housewives were like, no, we don't kiss. We don't ever kiss. And then Jam Jam says, maybe I just went really hard with inertia. I love him.
He's great.
I loved when Jam Jam came out, and they're showing like little clips from the show or whatever. I love that moment again when he's like, "It was a hard kiss. It was a hard kiss."
Lisa kissed me. Lisa kissed me. It was Lisa. So good.
As they yoink him out of the room.
I was, and somebody pointed it out. One of my listeners was like, I don't love seeing hooded men take out a Hispanic man from a room.
Not totally.
Not sitting well in this environment.
It's valid. Very valid take.
Oh my God. Oh God.
My favorite thing about revisiting the banquet conversation was that Lisa was like, thank God I made it to the banquet because I needed to show that outfit. And I was like, that outfit? The little sailor boy outfit? That was your best one?
Yeah. She got it for the banquet.
It was a choice.
I mean, what do you think was better, the sailor boy outfit or the pearl shirt that Colton wore?
I was team Candace's headpiece.
Candace's headdress. Yeah. Candace's
Amazing.
headdress was sick. Yeah, exactly. Raheel was team tank top with a painting on it of Rob's.
Yeah.
The White Lotus looking one.
The White Lotus looking one.
Literally.
Okay, so what next? They asked everybody, hey, are you guys dumb? Like, why didn't anyone vote for Rob after Candace voted for him twice? And they all basically used a bunch of different excuses, but long story short, everybody was like, he's just really hot and we trusted him, is really all it is. The rest of the cast shows up, and this is where it was like the Michael Rappaport show. And again, I was like, why are we letting this man on TV? Like, I think this needs to be the end of it. I think we need to wrap it up and be done. Like, Aisha, I'm not sure if you're aware, but like there was a bunch of shit that came out with a bunch of housewives that were starting a new show on E, and then they got fired because they made a bunch of like terrible comments about Bad Bunny. And so Andy was like, don't talk to me. Those aren't my, they don't work for Bravo anymore. I don't know about those women. Like, they were going to do their own show. And so he's really big on like, oh, if you're going to say stupid shit, like, don't expect the platform to be available to you. And then I was like, you had Michael Rappaport on Watch What Happens Live, I believe still after this reunion was taped.
Which is wild, because he did the same thing he did on the show. Like, he wouldn't shut the hell up. He kept saying, clip, like to cut people off, which was
that's
weird.
A Dorinda. No, that's something that he got from Dorinda. Dorinda says clip, but that's what he was doing. But it was like, what are you doing? And then at one point he goes, I'm quoting the great Hilaria Baldwin. I was like, what are you saying? And it was so weird because he apologized to Colton, and then he yelled at Johnny, and then he told Portia that she needs to learn how to speak. And then I was like, this is crazy pants. Like, why is this man here?
I think somebody was saying it. I don't know who was saying it while he was talking. It was, which is, I think is like the biggest offense is, hey, this shit is, it's not just offensive. I mean, it's obviously all horrid and like everything that he does is horrid, whatever. But it's also fucking boring. Nobody's having a
Yeah.
good time watching this. You know what I mean? So it's like, why do you keep letting this person be on TV? And so that goes to like how much I hate Andy Bravo. I don't know why.
Andy Bravo, Andy
Yeah.
Cohen.
Yeah, like that's
Mr.
something that
Bravo.
needs to be dealt with at some point.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Also, when Michael was going off, they like showed the whole stage, and Rob, love Rob, had completely slunk back into the sofa and was completely like, you know, the like old drug commercials of like a woman, a child, like a teenager melting into the couch after doing
Mhm.
drugs. That's what Rob looked like. He looked like a deflated version of himself, just like laying on the couch. Even Donna Kelsey was like, "Oh."
Everyone was dissociating. Like no one knew how to engage.
Yeah, everybody was like, "This is so weird. I don't understand. Like this, it went nowhere." And then the other thing from this reunion that completely shocked me, I was like so upset, is that we never got to hear from Ron. Like they barely gave Ron
Not at
Funches
all.
any platform. Like we know what he has like come out with after the show. He said like I was diagnosed with autism. Like the social game is such an interesting thing. Like they did not touch on any of it. And also in other podcasts, he mentioned that he let Dorinda have it at the reunion because she was awful to him. And I was like, okay, you know what, Peacock, fuck you, because now you're protecting Dorinda and Michael Rappaport. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that an Andy Cohen thing? I was really upset at the reunion actually because I was expecting all of this stuff to come out and they
Mm-hmm.
didn't touch on any of it. The Ron stuff was glaring to me because
Yeah.
we saw this poor man like go through something so traumatic and it was literally like 3 lines from him, and even
Yeah.
that it was, you know, Bob asking him like essentially why did you come on the show if you don't,
Yeah.
you know, if you, and I don't know, it was
It
very
was Monet.
underwhelming.
Monet asked him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it was bizarre. I didn't understand it. It felt like even Monet asking him that felt like it was maybe part of a larger conversation that
Mhm.
like nobody, that they just kind of like took this little piece out of. And then it just felt really sad. They never touched on like the Tiffany thing. Like Tiffany cried at the end,
Yeah.
like when she got banished. They let Portia, and I love Portia. I love Portia Williams, but they let Portia talk for so long. And I was like, this is so weird. Like I think that reunions are not made for a cast of 23 people. I think you can't do it with this many people.
Yeah, but then I could have done without the like cuts of the like fake trailers and like the
Mhm.
clips from the show. Like I don't need all that. Like give me Ron was such a hot topic of conversation online. Like everyone was so upset for him. He comes out with this autism. Like there's so much to talk about. He has an autism diagnosis. So I'm kind of like, why didn't we spend time on that? Why didn't we spend more time on the how Tara and Johnny turned on Natalie? And like even that was
Yes.
so short. Like all that happened was they talk about it. Johnny like half takes accountability and then like makes a joke about the competition in LA being more intense than Milan and then laughs it off and we don't spend any more time on it. And I'm like, that was a pretty pivotal moment in the game. I would have loved to dissect that a little bit or ask them their thoughts or get Natalie's perspective because she blew up. Like we just blew past all these like important topics and spent all this time on like Michael and Portia. Why wasn't Michael edited out?
Yeah, I think also I know this from just like years of watching Andy do reunions, is that Andy's not very good at like important conversations, like serious conversations about like society and race and like how things fall out. Like Andy Cohen famously at his reunions for like the first 10 years was like, "Hey, did you get new boobs?" And so like he's not really one to be like, "So, xenophobia, guys, do you think it plays into Traitors?" Like I don't think that he's just one to like take that on. I don't think that he's capable of it. I think he would rather be talking about fashions and giving more a fake award and like doing a Love Highland trailer than
Mhm.
actually having real conversations. And I do think that I feel like they probably did maybe talk a little bit about it, but I don't think that it was driven by Andy, and I don't think I think that's probably why producers didn't keep it in the show, because the reunion was very disappointing in that way.
Yeah, I don't think he's equipped to do these reunions. I mean, I don't
Buddy,
know.
No, you're not wrong. Okay, you're not wrong. All of us have been saying this for years. For years, we've been like, why does there's real? There are times when Andy is hosting a reunion where he's literally reading cue cards and he's like slumped in his chair, and you could tell he has not watched the show. But he just does it because he's like the owner of Bravo.
He wasn't doing like it did feel like he was just like rapid fire going through his like cards of questions.
Yeah,
But also like we don't need to touch on xenophobia. It could be like, hey Ron, seemed like you were really down.
You were going through it, huh?
You were going through it. Do you want to talk about it? Should we give anyone the floor to fucking apologize to this sweet man who was treated like shit when Colton was doing what he was doing? Like,
yeah, or like even giving like Donna Kelsey apparently has a relationship with Ron Funches. Like I would have loved to hear them actually talk to each other, right? Like it would have been any of it would have been good, but there we literally got nothing. We spent more time talking about like kisses and makeup and like all this other bullshit than actually talking about what happened on the show. And I think the reason why I love Traitors is because these celebrities suddenly get put in situations where like it doesn't really matter if you're a celebrity. People are just going to judge you and vote you off or banish you because they don't like your vibes or like what you look like or how you dress. Like it all comes back to like, I don't know, just like the bare basics of society. And I think like for us to not talk about that at all on this show or on the reunion and just kind of drill it down to like everybody's charmed because of Rob. It's just it kind of takes like the like with the like the smarts out of the game for me a little bit.
Yeah. It's actually it's fucking offensive is what it is. Like they spent because they spent so much time on Portia versus Michael Rappaport, right? It was like 4 minutes kind of given to that, and all you see is an African American woman and this piece of shit like basically talking down to her or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's like, why is this being packaged this way is my question. And like what is the entertainment value of this? Like what do you want us to get out of this thing? It's just really disappointing and underwhelming.
Yeah. Well, what a sad note to end the show on. Huh? Should we all one day this summer hang out in overalls?
Yes.
I would love that.
No underwear. Rob style.
Ooh.
Doesn't he not wear underwear? Commando?
He does. I think he goes commando because I don't think that he's wearing any underwear under that hard denim in Fiji.
It's a lot of chafing, man. A lot of chafing all over your body. I don't know.
That's a rash for sure.
I've seen so much of his body, you guys. I really wish I didn't think about his body when he's on TV.
Did you watch his season of Love Island?
I did. It was the first season of Love Island I watched. And unfortunately, I've seen more of his body not on Love Island than on Love Island. There were leaks his season. Every time I went on Twitter, I saw somebody else's dick. I was like, no, why? Why is this here? Why the dicks in the holes? I don't want to see it. But I seen it. I was like, I hope he was of age when that video was made.
Yikes.
I feel terrible.
Video.
Yikes.
I didn't. That's specific.
Are
you, to be honest, are you Googling Rob R. leaks butts, dicks?
He did some solo performances, okay? And I've seen it, and it's weird because I saw it and I went, ah!
Oh, no. That's on the internet? Rob.
Because, Twitter is just like a porn site now. So, like, apparently everybody's just posting all kinds of crazy stuff on there. Anyway, congratulations to you, Rob Roush. We all got robbed.
We all got charmed by those snakes.
We did. It was amazing. And I think that he played a great game, and I think that he deserved to win at the end. Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for being here, Aisha.
Oh, thanks for having me. This was so delightful. Normally, I'm shouting at the podcast in the shower when I listen to it, so it's nice to be in the conversation.
Also, we were shitting. Now, hold on. We were shitting on Raheel for watching TV on his bed with one eye open, but you famously love to watch TV shows on your phone in the shower.
Yeah, when I have a show that I want to watch and Farouk does not want to watch, I call it a shower show, and then I proceed to watch it in the shower.
I
I've got a windowsill in there.
I said, how long are we in the shower for? And apparently Aisha's taking 90-minute showers because
I'm hanging out. I just watch a short feature film in the shower. It's a delightful time. Try it out.
How does this work? Are you planning on taking a shower? Are you already watching a show and then you just keep it going? Or do you set it aside for the shower? You have like a space in your shower where this is my shower viewing.
I have a windowsill. Like, it is enough of a part of my process that sometimes I'll get in there and realize I have forgotten my phone. And I'm like, hey, can you throw my phone in here? Because I no longer know how to be in there without it. So I'll throw on a show. I have a delightful time. I highly recommend.
Wow.
Our phones are waterproof, people. You're missing out.
I'm not risking it like that. That's crazy work. That is crazy work. I don't think so. Well, Aisha, thanks for being here. We'll have to find another TV show for all of us to watch and enjoy again. There is going to be, Alan Cumming did say at the end, apply now to Traitors.com or whatever it is. Should we apply?
Ooh.
Yeah, why not? Sign me up. I have the self-confidence to be slammed by people on the internet.
Oh my God.
I do not.
Aisha, immediate tears. Aisha, immediate tears. Oh
the
my
thought
God.
of one person leaving a mean comment destroys me. I don't want to be on here.
Well, not even that, like just in the castle. In the castle, yeah. I'm so insecure. I would never be able to deal with that. I would never be able to deal with like the fact that there might be people in this castle whispering behind my back.
Not interested.
No way. Not at all. No. Well, thanks for being here. I'm not going to plug anything of Aisha. She's a private person. Please don't comment about her unless it's absolutely lovely and the best
Only
thing
nice
that you have
comments.
to say. Only
Only
nice comments.
Or if you have a show recommendation for her in the shower. If there is
Shower Show Rex.
Shower show Rex. You know what's a good shower show, I would think, is New Girl. Like, New Girl feels like a fun shower show.
It's great. Superstore. You think I haven't watched all of New Girl end to end in the shower? You are sorely mistaken.
Are you watching new shows in the shower? Or are you watching like old shows, like Time Pass shows in the shower? Like, you know how people watch The Office over and over again?
It's a bit of both. I'll watch a new show if it's not one I need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
So initially when I started the Traitors last time, I was like, this is just, whatever. I'm going to watch it in the shower. And then we had to pivot to TV. But last time I watched that entire show in the shower, the whole season.
We had to pivot to TV.
It was too serious. Yeah, it got upgraded.
You got the TV upgrade.
Yeah.
Like, I had to get my husband involved.
It was so nice to watch it on the big screen, I will say, to catch all the cuts. My favorite part of Traitors that nobody cares about is the cuts where they really try to convince us that they're sleeping in the castle. It's like
the best.
Johnny taking off a necklace, Maura's, I don't know, like filing her nails. So those were the things I got to appreciate outside of shower viewing.
My favorite one of those wasn't from this season, it was from a previous season, and it was when Larsa Pippen and Michael Jordan's son Marcus Jordan were on the show, and part of Larsa's bedtime routine was holding a frame of Marcus, like a picture of Marcus, and like hugging it at night before bed. It was so weird. It was like one of the weirdest things in the world. There was like, I think the Tom Sandoval, there was like one of him like playing the saxophone in a tub or something. Like, it was something so stupid. And I was just like, and it's crazy because Aisha, I thought they were sleeping in the castle. So.
No, so did I. I didn't know. They all go upstairs. Where are they going?
Yeah, I want to know what happens. Like, what happens then? Do they all go upstairs and go sit in like rooms quietly while like the Traitors go and do things? Or like, what happens? I need to know. I need the behind the scenes because that just logistically feels crazy to me.
Yeah, how are they keeping this secret anyway? Yeah.
Anyway.
Shower shows, people. Check it out. Try it out. Support back. That's my
plug. I just plug his shower shows. Hey, take your phone, put it in the shower. Is it waterproof? You're gonna find out soon enough.
That's correct.
I'll be back next week to talk to Raheel about important things such as Zoran Mamdani and his cronies doing a snowball fight against the NYPD Blue.